Good morning, getting some coffee. How crazy is this breakfast room? Bonjour from Champagne, specifically Epernay. That is the region that we're currently in. Heading to Reims today, which is a bigger town. It's like 180,000 people. This town is so small. It was much more quaint than I expected, but I love a random little quaint European town. They're very charming. It's so beautiful. And the champagne really was delicious. I did bring my Sony camera, so I think when I'm in Paris, I want to try and go around and get like a bunch of cool footage there because it's such a beautiful city. But I'm nervous because I've been hearing a lot about pickpocketing. Okay, I'm just gonna keep getting ready. Lighting is a little rough. Okay, so my friend Brittany, who I'm traveling with, really wanted to do this lunch at Perrier Jouet. I think I'm saying it right, hopefully. This was the best lunch I had on the trip. Probably the best meal. So delicious. If you go to the Champagne region, I honestly thought this was very worth it. They give you quite a bit of champagne and the food was just amazing. And then we headed over. We actually decided to take an Uber just because we had a lot of bags with us to get to Reims, although there is a train that you can take. The view, you guys, this is crazy. I didn't know we had a room with a view. Insane. Okay, wow. Made it to Reims. I just took a nap and I regret it because I feel so groggy. But let's go out and explore. I think it was like that lunch that we did. They gave us champagne and then we got in the car and that was just, I don't know. It just took me out. I was tired. Let's get food. It's like dinner time. This town is really cute. It would be a shame to not explore, you know, when you're in France. Like I'm always like, you know, I'm here. I don't want to spend the time on my laptop. Don't want to spend it asleep. I want to experience it. So let's go. This is the quintessential third place. It's weird for me. I'm like, ooh, where are the cars? This was so perfect because I'm doing a video on my main channel about walkability in third places. And this town, it just had the best walkability in these plazas that were like such a good example of a third place for my video. So I got some shots for that. Good morning. First rainy day I've really had on this trip. Let's go find coffee. All this walkable areas, so charming. But it's a Sunday. It seems like everything's closed. Funny how they put like a little hot chocolate or something on the cappuccino. Wow. Good morning to you too. You can see the bells. We are doing a Veuve Clicquot tour today, which will be fun. I've heard it's kind of touristy, but I don't really care because, I don't know, I think it looks cool. I saw it on TikTok. I feel like would be a fun thing to do here. I don't know a lot about like the more like smaller wine producers, but yeah, just have one tasting, which is perfect. I feel like two would be so overkill. It feels so fresh outside right now. Like that after it rains, I'm like, ah, this is nice. This really was the perfect rainy day activity because you're in a cave the whole time underground. Veuve is definitely like built out, you know, it's a huge company and it was cool. It was kind of like probably like the Disneyland of wineries, not like a quaint little place, but I was impressed with how tall the caves were. Like you're down here and it's still like 20-foot ceilings somehow. So they show you some different little videos, you walk through, and then at the end, we got to do the tasting. This was 80 euros per person, so like $90 to $100, kind of pricey, but they did let you taste wines that you can't even buy. My favorite one was this extra dry brut. This was so delicious, almost like vanilla-y, that brioche flavor. The gift store had a bunch of cool stuff, and I bet a bunch of people are like buzzed from the tasting and end up buying
buying stuff, but you guys, I was good. I was like, I can't even fit stuff in my suitcase. I do not need anything, but the stuff was really cute. And if you don't want to do a tasting, but you come visit this region, you could always go to the outdoor area and just get a glass. Like on a nice day, this would be really fun too.
Okay guys, I'm back from the Veuve tour. It was cool. The champagnes were so good. The second one we tasted was like my favorite champagne I think I've ever had. It was so delicious. And now I've been having some thoughts about travel in general, and basically how I think it's so interesting how there are studies on this, and I have always now recognized it and think it's so true, is that a lot of the dopamine hit you get from travel comes from actually planning the trip, which is why I love getting so into planning it. I think it's fun. I like looking up the fun things to do, researching on TikTok. It gets me so hyped up. And sometimes the planning ends up being, not that I'm saying it's more fun than this trip really, but like the planning really is fun, and the anticipation of just anything in general is part of it. And I saw another YouTuber recently, Nathaniel Drew, talk about how for him Paris is like eating a cake, where the first bite is so good and then there's diminishing returns, where the 10th bite is like not as good, you know, you're like, it's too rich, it's too much. And I kind of feel that way a little bit about travel, where sometimes like I don't know how to balance it, because last week I went on a trip for a week and I was like, it wasn't enough. And then now this time I'm like, I feel like I'm not appreciating it quite as much because I'm tired and I'm like pushing myself to like go experience things, but like really I just want to have a chill day. So I kind of am doing that a little more. Like we went to the Veuve thing, but I'm like, I don't feel bad about just like resting for a little bit right now. So I do feel that way, where it's like, you know, you see people go on these Europe trips and it probably looks so cool on Instagram, but honestly, I've had so much fun on just a road trip 2 hours away for like a few days. And in some ways, those little like mini vacations can be better because you get the like fresh dopamine hit of it, if that makes sense. Whereas a long trip, you start to get tired, you start to get like, you miss your routine a little. I don't feel like homesick or like too much like I miss my routine, but it's kind of working where I'm sort of itching to get back to making videos, which is good. That's kind of the whole point of taking a trip like this for me, because I was really getting a little like burnt out feeling. So yeah, all that to say, if you don't have like a crazy like Europe trip like scheduled, like most people don't, and in the past I haven't, don't feel bad. A short trip can be just as great. Even a local one. I love, especially in California, there's so many great places to go. Heading out of Reims today and back to Paris. So I was gonna do a solo trip in Paris and Brittany was gonna go to Switzerland. Then she realized going to Switzerland would actually take like 5 hours and it's just not worth all the travel for one day. So she ended up booking a room at the same hotel that I'm in. So it's like not as much a solo trip anymore, which honestly I don't care, it's fun. But I'm gonna kind of do my own thing and then we'll meet up for a picnic and just explore Paris. Yeah, it's a city that I don't know like the fun things to do. I looked for a place to play tennis, but there isn't really any for like travelers. So I want to go to vintage shops. I want to go eat at a little cafe. We're gonna do a picnic by the Eiffel Tower, which will be fun. And just like walk around, rent a bike, maybe go on one of those touristy little cruises through the river. So I've seen some people on TikTok say that this is like a day trip from Paris, and I don't know if they're taking a different train, but I'm like, that's kind of a long day trip because it's about 2 hours on the train to get back to Paris from Reims. From Epernay, it's not as much, it's like an hour and a half, but still, it's kind of a mission for one day. But I'm like, maybe is there a different train that's quicker? I'm not really sure, but the train is arriving now. So we go on this train for about 30 minutes and then transfer to one other. Bye, Reims. It was a really cute city. I liked it a lot. Bonjour. Bonjour from Paris. I'm at my hotel. I'm pretty hungry. It's like 3 p.m. Put something else on and go explore it. It stopped raining, so it should be a fun time. I'm like a 10-minute walk from the Eiffel Tower. So we'll go see that just to get the bearings and be like, oh yes, I'm really in Paris, you know? And I've seen it before. You know, I've been to Paris before. I've never like been one of those people who romanticizes it like a ton. I'm like, it's cool, you know, it's walkable European city. I don't have like crazy expectations and go like, Paris. I'm just like, let's just go explore and see what we find. I've saved some stuff on TikTok, but yeah, you guys, this is the room. It's like so little. It's great for a solo traveler, you know, because it's like just basically the bed. And it's got good lighting, which is nice. And then over here is a little bathroom. I love that it has a window and very modern feeling. I booked this one because the location seems good and safe. There's a pool spa thing that looks really cool, like a hot tub sauna, and it has air conditioning, so that's why. And it was like reasonably priced. The architecture. I downloaded a podcast episode about the architecture here. I want to listen to while I wander. Found this cozy little cafe. They have crepes, which I kind of want to have some later. I think I'm gonna get the quinoa bowl, just something healthy, because I've been eating so much pasta and pizza and like carby food. I'm like, okay, something healthy. Then we'll go walk over. I want to find a bookstore too, because I finished my book and I've been loving reading. Like, it's just nice to like disconnect from your phone. I've seen it before. When I walked around the corner, I was still like, wow, the Eiffel Tower, it's so cool. Especially from this perspective over here where you're kind of above it. Or not above it, but like you're a little bit higher up than when you're on just like the grass over there. Oh look, got the Olympics thing. It is so crazy that there's such a thing called Paris syndrome, where people come here and they're so disappointed that they literally feel sick. And there's a hotline for those people. Apparently it's a lot of people from Japan, and they're just really, really romanticize the city. And when you don't do that, that's a problem with romanticizing places, honestly. Nothing will live up to what you imagine. You know, in reality, it's a city, so it's dirty, and it is really cool too. I'm just glad I never have over romanticized it, because now I'm like, I enjoy being here and I don't feel like disappointed in any way. I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm so excited to be exploring, but it's a lesson in not over romanticizing things. Let's go walk over to the other side of the Eiffel Tower. I saw a TikTok this morning that the river, you can actually swim in now. Like, they opened a portion of it for swimming. I was like, should I do it? I love this bike path too. I might rent one and go for a little ride along the river. Like, this is so beautiful. Okay, interesting, when the Eiffel Tower first went up, people actually didn't like it. Like, it was an eyesore. So sometimes things are a sleeper hit. Sometimes it takes a minute for people to get it. I could see, honestly, how people thought it was an eyesore, though. It's not, like, beautiful in the sense of the other architecture, but it's just so iconic now, you know? I think it's the lights at night that made people go, ooh, it's beautiful.
Apparently they were going to take it down, but the reason they kept it up was because they could install a radio tower over it. And then people, you know, got used to it and liked it.
That vintage shop had some pretty cool stuff, like a lot of designer things, some of them at decent prices. I liked this pair of Prada sunglasses. He said he'd give them to me for 240 euros if I pay cash, so I'm like, maybe I'll go back tomorrow. But I'm gonna try some more on, because I'm like, that's not even that discounted, honestly. lots of exploring. I just walked the whole time. I'm a little intimidated by the metro here. I know maybe I'll take it tomorrow. I'm sure it's fine. Just was like, where can I walk to? It's just easier, you know, because I don't know the city that well. But I'm gonna go get dinner. I didn't realize my room had a kind of a view of the Eiffel Tower. Just a little bit, just like a slight view.